What's up, guys? I've reached a milestone on my ownership of the 2015 Porsche 911 GTS, and that milestone is I've reached 2,000 miles, which is the break-in period for the 911. Porsche recommends that you keep the engine revs below 4,200 RPM until you get to about 2,000 miles. So this is a milestone. So I'll tell you a little bit about my impressions of the car after 2,000 miles. First impression, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a great car to drive. I primarily use it on the weekends, to be honest with you, and usually for spirited driving. And I'm new to a PDK, a transmission. All of my previous cars have been manual transmissions, so I've been using the PDK in automatic a lot just to see what that's like, and experimenting with sport mode just to see what that's like, and it's been pretty positive. It's pretty intuitive. It's got a good logic behind it. It seems to pretty much pick the right gears most of the time. There's just been a couple of times where it didn't kick down enough. There's always the Sport Plus option, but that usually keeps the revs really high, way above 4,000, and as a result, during the break-in period, I haven't been using that. But the PDK has been great in automatic. I'm going to experiment more with using the paddles now, but it's been pretty positive so far. I also like how this car has a split personality, meaning yes, you can have a lot of fun with it, get it in Sport or Sport Plus mode and have fun and throw it into curves, but you can also use it as a grand tourer. So me and my wife went on a road trip, drove from New York to the Baltimore, D.C. area, and it was such a pleasurable car to be in. All the amenities are great. The ride was very nice. I think the longer wheelbase really helps out a lot with that, and it could be relatively quiet compared to my previous car. The Bose system sounds great. It was a quite livable car, and I felt pretty refreshed when I arrived at our destination. Whereas in the previous car with the Fab-Speed exhaust and induction, that noise, you couldn't turn it off. So when you're going for a long road trip, it was a lot to deal with. But with this car, it's been great. By the way, my previous car was a 997.2 C2S, and again, it had the Fab-Speed exhaust and induction system, and again, that system was great. It's just that you couldn't turn the volume down. But again, with this car, you can go out to dinner with your wife, have a nice relaxing drive over to the restaurant. It's not screaming at you all the time. It can be quite a beautiful thing to arrive in. I really, really love it. I've been really impressed with the ride on this car. It's quite compliant and smooth. Yes, it's a very capable performance car that has an amazing level of grip, but yet it's very comfortable on the road. It deals with road imperfections, no problem. It doesn't jar you to death, rattle your teeth. It's very smooth on the road, even when the road is not that smooth. So that impresses me. It's an all-around great car. It can perform like crazy, or it can cuddle you if you want it to. I mean, it's not soft like a Rolls Royce or something, but it's a very comfortable car to live with. So although the car has this 2,000 mile break-in period, and you need to keep the revs down below 4,200 for the most part, the Porsche rep or salesman said you don't need to baby the car. So, if you get it up above 4,200, it's not going to hurt it. In fact, he suggested something that I need to research, that the car is actually learning your preference in certain scenarios. I don't know if that's true. I have to explore and research that more, but he said if you baby it too much, it learns that you like to essentially drive slow. So I don't want that to happen. So, and again, tell me below in the comments if this is true or not, but that's what the guy told me. although I'm talking a lot about how great a grand touring car this is, don't be fooled. This is still a Porsche, and it is a GTS with 430 horsepower. It's got the PASM suspension system on it. It's lowered by 10 millimeters. When you put it in sport mode, this thing is a beast. It will handle any curve, anything you throw at it. It's very quick, it's fast, it's nimble. You can just hurl it into corners and it'll just grip. In fact, there's no way, I don't think you can really explore the higher levels of grip that this car has on public roads. You just can't. You really need to explore it on a track in order to really get the full and feel the full potential of this car, I feel. But it's a lot of fun on the road. It is, again, incredibly nimble. I had the 997 before this, Carrera 2S, and just you can feel the difference in the GTS. I think the PASM makes a big difference. I think the lowered suspension makes a big difference. The wider track makes a big difference. It just handles the road incredibly well. I'm so pleased with how this car performs. Very impressed. It's just that on public roads, there's only so far you can go. You really need to take it to a track to see what it can really do. Well, that's it for this installment of my life with my 2015 Porsche 911 GTS. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like, and of course I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Please check out my other videos that I have available. Hopefully you'll enjoy those as well. Till next time.